Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special evening here at Chardon Memorial Stadium. Tonight we're celebrating the 50th reunion of the class of 1956, and we're titling our evening One Moment in Time. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the announcer for this event. His voice was heard in the 50s at stock car tracks all over the area. Ladies and gentlemen, from the class of 1951, here's your announcer, Gene Ziegler.
Thank you, Chris, and a good evening to all. The Chardon High School class of 1957 would like to welcome you to the great evening of Chardon High School football and the kickoff of the 50th reunion of the class of 1957. We would like you to imagine that this is September 7th of 1956, the first game of the 1956 football season, and welcoming the 1956 football players and cheerleaders to the field is Chardon High School Superintendent Joe Bergant. Joe? All right. I'd like to introduce now from the class of 1957, Bill Leidy, the captain and fullback. Bill broke his tibia that year, but is still played wearing a fiberglass cast. Next, we'd like to present Bob Ashbaugh, the halfback. George Mansfield, guard. Glenn Nels, right tackle. Paul Stone, tackle. From the class of 1958, Chuck Bender, halfback and kicker. Jack McDonald, halfback. Bob Neal, guard. Bill Phillips, halfback. Ronald Prussia, manager. Sam Rail, quarterback. Jim Swedenborg, manager. Now from the class of 1959, William Janou, halfback. Bill Morgan, center. Fred Rutz, center. Walter Stone, center. Bill Volcom, tackle.
Lean into the microphone a little bit.
Thank you for that good hand and well appreciated and memories of 1957. Now we'd like to go on to the Western Reserve League.
Did you do these guys?
Pardon me, yes. Okay. All right. The Western Reserve League all-league team was well represented by the Chardon 1956 team, the team picked by coaches and league officials. They chose 4 players from Chardon. Senior end, George Carver, was chosen for the first team. Senior center, Dave Schultz, was chosen for the second team. Senior halfback, Bob Ashbaugh, and senior tackle, Paul Stone, received honorable mention. At this time, the team would like to pause for a moment to remember teammates and one coach that has passed on. When we started to plan this event, we were planning to have with us this evening Coach Don Rose, but who passed away this April 21st of 2006, and 2 players from the class of 1957, Dick Bolden, who passed away March 6th of this year, and Steve Amador Sperry, who passed away March 22nd of this year. Others that we would like to remember are from the class of 1957, George Carver and Tom Hummel. From the class of 58, Bill Bruce, Ted Hodder, Lee Nelson, and Tom Repp. And from the class of 1959, Jim Butler, Rolf Kulp, Frank Vitonis, and Ed Weidenbach. Coaches Atos Nikila and John Rhodes led the 1956 Hilltoppers to their best record in 5 years. The squad finished in second place in the Western Reserve League with 5 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie. Coming onto the field now is the head coach, Atos Nikila. Coach Nikila was the Chardon High School for 29 years, from 1952 to his retirement in '81, and still lives directly across the street from the high school. This year, the coach celebrates his 85th birthday. Of the 7 cheerleaders, we have 4 of us with us tonight, and they will cheer the 206 to 2006 Hilltoppers on to victory over Lakeside. We now present from the class of 1957, Gail Dia Huntoon. She was the captain. Cam Pinzone Forment. From the class of 58, Kathy Reminder Nichols. Kathy Peters Blair. Are there any of the 1956 cheerleaders? We're supposed to have a list there, but I don't see any. All right. The cheerleader uniforms for the and they were going to be wearing some of the uniforms from the 1957 basketball season. If they're here, raise their hand. Ah, here they are. All right. Coming onto the field at this time is the 1956 homecoming queen, Wendy Tucker Brooks, escorted by team captain Bill Lytle. There we go. Still looks like a queen. All right, we present at this time the 1957 Sports King, Bob Ashball, and Sports Queen, Gail Dia Huntoon. Now that we have relived one moment in time in 1956, let's go back another 27 years to 1929. And in that year, there were 2 high school sweethearts, Henry Heine Knapp, captain of the football team, and the only cheerleader that year, Dorothy Parsons. Although they are not here tonight, they are pictured on the scoreboard screen. They are probably the oldest living high school football player and cheerleader. Heine graduated in 1930 and is now 95. Dorothy graduated in 1932 and is 92. They have been married 73 years. If Heine could be with us tonight, he would hope that his comment about the evening would be, "Gee Willikins." That was his favorite expression. Heine and Dorothy would have liked to have been here this evening, but they do send their greetings to all from Edgewater, Florida, where they continue to enjoy life every day. And now we'd like to draw your attention to the 50-yard line in front of the home stands, and we'll go back another 23 years to 1906, exactly 100 years ago, to experience another moment in time. Football has been a long tradition of Chardon High School. The class of 1957 would like to salute 4 generations of the Burr family, perhaps the #1 family of Chardon High School football. What a ride. We have traveled back from 1 whole century to 1906. That was the year that Hal S. Burr started as a freshman at Chardon High School and began a family football tradition. With us this evening are 3 of the 4 generations of Chardon High School. The football players are H. Mark Burr, from the class of 1942. Mark Burr from the class of 1969. And Mark F. Burr, better known as Burley, class of 1999. Also with us, another member of the 4th generation, Andrew John Burr. This year he's playing on the Chardon freshman team. Andrew will graduate in 2010, just 100 years after the graduation of his great-grandfather.
Ready for this? Okay. At this time, the homecoming queen.
All right, at this time, the homecoming queen, Wendy Tucker Brooks, is in the stand looking for 2 former football players and a longtime Hilltopper supporters. From the class of 1933, Hash Ryder. And from the class of 1937, Tommy Tan. Okay, found him. Okay. We wish Tommy a very happy birthday, as he will be 88 years young tomorrow. All right. That depends on the birthday.
Now you're going to the stands, the people in the stands.
Now, if we could have all players and cheerleaders prior to 1956 stand with Hash and Tommy. Could we have all players and cheerleaders prior to 1956 stand with Hash and Tommy? And now all former players and cheerleaders, just show how many of us still continue to support our Hilltoppers. All right.
Now to the kickoff. It's simulated kickoff.
All right, we're going to have a simulated kickoff now. Lyle, do we have the kickoff?
We need to do that now.
I don't know. Do we? All right.
Doesn't sound like it. Well, we had
Lyle, are we not having it? Bill Lytle, retired Air Force colonel and captain of the 56 team, is going to symbolically do the kickoff. At least that's the plan.
Check 1, thank you. We're at the 50-yard line now. I'm going to turn this microphone over to Lyle Huntoon, who's going to coordinate things from this point forward.
We want to, at this time, introduce the Honorable Timothy Grendel, State Senator of Ohio, and he's got a few words to present to us all.
Thank you, Lyle. My wife, Judge Diane, and I want to thank you and everybody here for asking us to participate in this great evening. Here we are in Chardon's Friday Night Lights, and as you can see, it's a tradition that goes back over 50 years. And it's a wonderful tradition that helps make Chardon Hilltopper country. At this time, on behalf of the Ohio Senate, I'd like to take the opportunity to recognize, first of all, the class of 57. Lyle, if I could hand these to you. Second of all, we need the cheerleaders. This is to honor the 1956 Chardon High School cheerleading squad. And finally, where is the captain from the football team? Bill, where are you? Okay. No, Bill, on behalf of the Ohio Senate, recognize and honor the 1956 Chardon High School football team on their 50th reunion. And we wish all the football players, their families, and their cheerleaders many more years of success. Thank you all, and let's have a great game for the Hilltoppers tonight.
Okay, back to the booth for youth football night.
We'd like to inform you also that there is a reception tent at the south end of the field provided by the Chardon High School, where you can meet the members of the 1956 team and the cheerleaders and also Coach Nick Keela. Members of the 56 team will be in the stands and at the gate with football helmets collecting money for the Count on Me Fund. Much is still owed to pay off this beautiful stadium, so please give generously. After the game, the 1956 team and cheerleaders will meet at Chardon's only sports museum, the Hilltopper on Center Street. And now to return the microphone back to Chris Black, your stadium announcer.
Thank you, ladies. Hello, Hilltoppers. We're down at the 50-yard line for a fun time. As you know, I'm involved with the Count on Me project, and it's great that the 56, 57 guys or gals are going to go through the stands tonight asking you for a donation for Count on Me. We also have the Lions Club, the Chardon Lions Club, here tonight, and we're going to get a special gift from them for the Count on Me project. So I'm going to turn the microphone over, and let's see what we got.
Thanks. Hi, my name is Todd Beninati. I'm with the Chardon Lions Club. As you guys probably know, the Chardon Lions Club has been part of the community for 45 years here in Chardon. And to that extent, they've been doing community service and heavily supporting the Chardon high school football program, both athletically and academically. And to that extent, I'd like to give the Count on Me fundraising effort a check for $1,000.
Thank you, Chardon Lions Club. $1,000. We're getting closer, folks. Can we count on you? We need your help. If you haven't pledged yet, if you haven't helped, if your kids were in 3rd or 4th grade, help us out. Your kids were in elementary school when this was built. We need your help now. The Count on Me project is still alive. Thanks very much.
And what a great evening, ladies and gentlemen, to have our youth football recognition night as we look forward to the future Hilltoppers. First to be introduced, the cheerleading squads from the Chardon Football Club. The cheerleaders from Buckeyes C, coached by Melanie Vitale and Ann Margaret Duffy. The Buckeye B coaches, cheerleaders with their coaches Nicole Kastelek and Debbie Wilson. The Bulldogs cheerleaders with their coaches Angela May, Tracy Toth, and Nancy Day. The Buckeyes A cheerleaders with their coaches Nancy Toth and Jenny Kernick. The Redskins cheerleaders with their coaches Donna Eisenhart and Sharon Holly. And the Oilers cheerleaders with their coaches Kathy Baker and Lynette Donnell. And now the 2006 Chardon Football Club team members, C Division, 7-year-olds. They are the Buckeyes, and their coach is Bob Frint. B Division, 8 and 9-year-olds, 2 teams, the Buckeyes with coach Pat Sullivan. And the Bulldogs with their coach John Carroll. A Division, 10, 11, and 12-year-olds. Team name the Oilers. Head coach Kevin Goodge. The Redskins with their coach Bob Blank. The Oilers and their coach Mike Bolden. And now, from the 2006 Chardon Lions football teams. First, their cheerleaders, coached by Gwen Santoro. Now the 7-year-old division, the Wildcats and their coach, Scott Neas. The 8 and 9-year-old division, coach Mike Civis. They are the Tigers. And the Bengals with coach Tom Longs. Now the 10 and 11-year-old division, the Panthers with coach Tim Maruna. And the Sabres with Todd Benedetti. And now the Hilltoppers waiting in the wings down at Chardon Middle School. The Chardon 7th grade football team with coaches Nick Salatino and Jim Stone. The Chardon 8th grade football team with coaches Colin Henderson and Chuck Pullman. And now the Chardon High School freshman football team with coaches Dan Dinko, Dave Toddy, and the ever-present Emerson Berry. Let's have one more big round of applause for all our youth football Hilltoppers. Deadline for the Chardon Schools Foundation Race for Education is drawing near. Join Chardon's academic boosters Sunday, September 24th for the 2nd annual Race for Education right here at Chardon High. Get your registration form tonight at the Boosters Barn or at Bean's Coffee Shop or any Chardon Schools building. Don't miss out. Early registration has its benefits. Be guaranteed a cool t-shirt and a goodie bag. Register early for the Chardon Schools Foundation Race for Education. The date again is Sunday, September 24th, here at Chardon High.
And now we direct your attention to the south end of the field as the 1956 team prepares for the kickoff. Kicking the ball this evening to members of the 2006 team is Bill Lytle, retired Air Force colonel and captain of the 1956 team. This is symbolically the kickoff for the 50th reunion of the class of 1957 that will take place in June of next year. We now bring everyone back to September 8th, 2006 for a great game between Chardon and Lakeside as the 2006 cheerleading squad welcomes the 1956 cheerleaders to the field. Sit back, relax, and prepare to have an enjoyable evening of Chardon High School football 2006. The 1956 cheerleaders will remain on the sideline to cheer Chardon on to victory over Lakeside. And don't forget about the reception at the tent at the south end of the field provided by the Chardon High School, where you can meet members of the 1956 team and Coach Nikila. Members of the 56 team will be in the stands and at the gate with football helmets collecting money for the Count on Me Fund. Much is still owed to pay off this beautiful stadium. Please give generously.